So last class we discussed about common source amplifier with resistive load. Okay, so we have derived large signal analysis and we have discussed about gain. Using small signal model, we derived a gain expression. So we came to know that common source amplifier is a inverting amplifier which is a gain of minus gm into rd. So minus gm into rd for without channel and modulation resistance R0, with the channel and modulation resistance RD parallel with R0. So what you understand, channel and modulation resistance R0 limits the gain. So ideally R0 is infinite. Okay, so GMRD. Okay, when you take into consideration channel and modulation effect, it will become RD parallel to R0. And one more thing, so how do you obtain that small signal circuit? So let me draw it. So what is a common source amplifier? RD, V in, V out. One for small signal perspective, okay, whatever the VDD and the sound that supply, we need to put AC ground. Okay, so this VDD will become AC ground for small signal thing. Then ground is already ground. So RD grounded. This supply will become AC ground. So when you do convert this circuit to small signal, okay. So voltage source means, that means supply voltage source means should be short circuit. Then only voltage will become 0, because DC will become you will nullify the DC, because what are the DC points here? GM, okay. Then what about R0? Okay, the DC points we consider here. So no need to consider DC once again, because GM itself will, what is the GM? VNCR W by L, VGS minus VTS. What is VGS? VGS is DC value, gate to source DC value. And so everything come into picture in GM itself. But GM is a DC parameter we are using for the small signal analysis. So that effect, DC effect will come into GM. Fine. So remaining voltage source we can nullify it, because every effect will be considered in the GM itself. So okay, so voltage source means short circuit. What about current source? Current source means, if let's take input is a current source, it will become open circuit. Then only current will become 0. So this is a thing we need to do, convert a circuit to the small signal. Okay, so we will nullify the voltage source and current source. Then we can replace it as small signal model. Okay, so any doubt in common source amplifier? Is it fine? Any doubts? Okay.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. So now we'll go to the, so to the last class we discussed about common source amplifier with resistive load. Okay, so now we'll consider the different loads. Okay, instead of resistive load, we will consider other loads. So first we'll start from, okay, it's not coming here. So I will show the common source amplifier with diode connected load, diode connected MOSFET load. Okay, so it's not visible here, it's hiding here. Okay, so even I minimize it, it's not coming. Okay, fine. Anytime it will come now. Don't worry. Okay, so diode connected common source amplifier with diode connected MOSFET. Fine. So before going to the common source amplifier with diode connected MOSFET load, so you can see here common source amplifier with diode connected. So diode connected means gate and drain are connected. It is called as diode connector. Okay, I will say why it is called diode connector. Fine. Why it is called diode connector? I will tell it later. Fine. So before going to what is why it's called diode connector, let's derive the small signal resistance of the gate and drain connected MOSFET. Okay, so already you remember in the lab, okay, maybe Monday's lab, we designed the current mirror. Okay, so using the diode connector. Okay, so why interesting diode connector? Gate and drain connected means this transistor always in saturation. So what is VGD? VGD equal to 0 when gate to drain 0. So it is less than VTS. That means this gate and drain connected transistor always operates in saturation. It won't come to triode. Maybe it will come to subthreshold, but it won't come to triode. Because what is the condition for triode? VGD greater than VTS. So VGD equal to VTH, that's the edge of the triode. But it will never come because gate and gain always sorted. It is always 0. Fine. So whatever means the gate and gain voltage, it is always 0 because both voltages are equal. So it is always operating in a saturation, never come to the triode. Fine. So in amplifiers, you will use this diode connector frequently. Particularly, you lab you did current mirror, no? So there it is widely used. Fine. So we want to find the impedance looking into the diode gate and drain connector MOSFET. Okay, or simply diode connector. Diode connector I will tell it later, but now I use the term diode connector. Okay, looking from here. Okay, looking from here, what is the impedance? So looking from here means with respect to the source. Okay, this is a drain terminal. This is a source terminal because we are looking from here with respect to some reference terminal. So reference terminal is source terminal. Source terminal may be assume any voltage. Anyway, we are looking from drain to source only. Okay, so now we will replace with this equivalent small signal. So GM, right? So what is VGS here? Gate to source. Okay, let's take this voltage is V1, right? V1. So gate to source voltage is V1. So now you know gate and drain are connected. So you can see small signal model. You can see gate and drain are connected because this is gate and drain connected MOSFET. So you can see this is a gate terminal, this is a drain terminal. So gate and drain are connected. So this is gate, this is drain. Okay, I will put small thing. Okay, that you can understand it is a small signal model. So gate and drain are connected. This connection. Remaining and all same. So GM, VGS is V1 here. Okay, and that drain to source resistance, channel and modulation resistance are not. So I want to find impedance looking here. Okay, so drain to source. So this is a drain terminal, this is a source terminal. So between drain to source, what is the impedance? Vx, apply the voltage Vx, find Ix, Vx by Ix is that impedance. So you know Thevenin theorem. Apply the thing, find the current. Okay, so voltage by current, that is a Thevenin resistance. Same thing here. Okay, I want to look here. Fine. So V Thevenin by I, it will give the R Thevenin. Okay. Similarly, you can looking the impedance here Vx divided by Ix. Is it clear? Is it understandable how we measure the impedance? Any
Yes,
doubts?
sir.
Okay. 1 minute, I will turn on the laptop charger. Yeah. Okay. So now you can see here. You can see V1. So this voltage is V1. You can see this voltage is V1. So Vx we are applying. So from this you can write V1 equal to Vx. Okay, so now you want to apply the nodals. What is Ix? Vx divided by, okay, Vx is V1 equal to Vx. So Vx divided by R0 plus Gm V1. So V1 equal to Vx plus Gm Vx. Fine. So what do you want to find? Vx divided by Ix. Okay, so rearrange the term. Okay, so I can write this equal to Vx into Gm plus 1 by R0. Okay, so how can I write Vx by Ix? So Vx by Ix equal to 1 by Gm plus 1 by R0. Fine. So this is a famous equation. So how can you write two resistance in parallel? R1, okay, R1, R2. How can I write this thing? R1 inverse plus R2 inverse. Am I right? So 1 by R1 inverse plus R2 inverse. Is it fine? So what is the equation now? 1 by Gm plus 1 by R0. So 1 by Gm plus 1 by R0. So how can I write here? How can I write here? Here R0 inverse. So here 1 by Gm inverse. Am I right? So how can I write this thing? 1 by Gm parallel with R0. Is it found? Any doubts here? Okay. So I can write this expression 1 by Gm. So here I can write 1 by Gm parallel with R naught. Fine. So practically 1 by Gm is very smaller than R naught. So I can approximate this expression as 1 by Gm. Fine. So now you can see the impedance looking into the diode connected MOSFET. Diode connected means gate and drain. Diode connected MOSFET is 1 by Gm. Any doubt in this derivation? Is it fine? Okay. So now wherever you are seeing gate and drain shorted, it is called as diode connected. Okay. So why it is diode connected? We will come into that story. Let's take diode. Fine. Let diode we are applying some voltage. Fine. And diode some current is flowing. So diode I am replacing by some small signal resistance. What is diode small signal resistance formula?
VT by ID.
Huh?
VT by ID.
Can you VT by
IF.
IS? No.
IF forward current.
Okay. Okay. I can put ID here. Fine. Because reverse bias there is no current. So what is ID? What is ID equation? Diode equation. What is the equation?
I naught EXP.
IS into e power
VD by
VD by eta VT.
Eta VT. Eta will take approximately 1. Okay. So VD by VT. Fine. So when you do the dou ID, dou VD by dou, so you will get this. This is a small signal resistance. VT by ID. Okay. So what is our gate and drain? So gate, drain, source. So gate and drain are connected. So what is the equivalent small signal resistance? 1 by Gm. Fine. So now, okay. So let's come to BJT. Okay. So in BJT, okay. So what is the GM relationship in BJT? GM equation?
IC by VT.
VT. Am I right? Yes. Okay.
Yes,
so
sir.
now you can see in terms of, BJT is a combination of PN junction diode. So this thing can be written as 1 by Gm in BJT, not in diode. Fine. So what you understand is gate and drain connected, it is having small signal resistance of 1 by Gm. It is almost similar to the diode small signal resistance. Fine. Similar to, both are looking similar. Fine. So that means now the 3-terminal device can be replaced by the 2-terminal device. 1 by Gm. Fine. So since gate and drain connected, this will become single terminal. Ideally, MOSFET is a 3-terminal. Gate and drain connected, it will become a 2-terminal, such that impedance is similar to the diode resistance. Fine. So that's what it is called as diode connector. Is it understandable? Okay. So that's what gate and drain connector. Since gate and drain and diode small signal resistance are similar. Okay. So gate and drain connected MOSFET, it is also called as diode connected device. So what is it? The number of terminals in diode 2. Okay. So when you do gate and drain thing, it will become a 2-terminal small signal device. So 2-terminal small signal resistor. So that's what gate and drain shorted, it is called as diode connected device. Since small signal resistance is equivalent to the or similar to the diode small signal resistance. That's what the behavior is same as a diode small signal perspective. Fine. Okay, so once again I'm saying it is the behavior is same as diode in a small signal, not in a large signal. Fine. Since small signal perspective, fine, that's what it is called, can operate as a small signal resistor, not large signal resistor. So small signal resistor similar to the diode small signal resistor. That's what gate and drain shorted small signal perspective, it is called as diode connector. I hope you understand this thing. So now we have gate and drain. We found that equivalent resistance. This is for NMOS. Similarly, for PMOS also, we can derive it. Same thing, because NMOS, PMOS, same small signal model. Okay, so we will get the same resistance. Fine. So PMOS means source, gate, drain. Okay, we will get the same 1 by G. Fine. So now we will go to same diode connector, but what you want to know? Okay, so same diode connector, gate and drain sorted. Okay, let some voltage here. Now I want to find impedance looking into the source, not impedance looking into the drain. Previously we found impedance looking into the drain terminal. Now we want to find impedance looking into the source terminal. Looking into the source terminal, what might be the impedance? Because when you do common source amplifier with different types of load, sometimes the load will be connected to the drain, sometimes the load will be connected to the source. Okay, so we need to find, looking into the source, what is the load resistance, because this is we are going to use as a load for a common source amplifier. Okay, so when you're looking into node, what is the common source amplifier output? Okay, looking, sometimes source will be connected, sometimes drain will be connected. So looking into the drain, this load resistance is 1 by Gm. Okay, if source is connected to the common source amplifier output, so what will be the output resistance? So what I want to convey is, okay, if let's take PMOS, okay, so this is output, this is the input. So now you can see this is a load resistance, I can replace by 1 by Gm because I am looking to the drain terminal. Fine. So let's take NMOS diode connector. Diode connector, gate and drain. Okay, so now this is V0. Fine. So now you can see, looking from here, I'm not seeing the drain like PMOS. Okay, so I'm looking the source of the NMOS. Okay, so this impedance we need to find. So that's a different load structure. What may be the small signal impedance? But is it understandable what I'm saying? Any doubts? Any doubt you can ask me. No issues. Fine. So now we'll take this thing. But let's take it NMOS input here. So looking from here, what is the impedance? Okay. So how you find drain thing? Where you are looking, apply the Thevenin voltage, find the current. So voltage by current equal to impedance. Now we are looking from the source thing. So apply the Thevenin voltage, find the current coming from that voltage. So Vx by Ix, it will give the impedance looking into the corresponding term. Fine. So apply the Vx Ix, replace this by the small signal equivalent. Fine. So VDD will become ground, AC ground. Okay. So gate to, I'm sorry. So here gate to source. Okay. So here it is grounded. Okay. So this will become grounded, AC ground. So plus minus gate to source V1, plus minus V1. And gate to source means V1. But gate is AC grounded because that is VDD. Fine. So then current source, drain to source means R0. So this is a drain terminal. This is a gate terminal. This is a source terminal. Fine. So drain terminals, you can see gate and drain are AC grounded. Okay, so that's what you can see here also AC grounded, or simply you can connect short here. So here instead of shorting, here already grounded there. That means internally shorted only, because here also AC ground. Right? So gate AC ground, drain AC ground, both are there. Right? Then remaining thing, drain to source resistance. Then whether it is body effect is here or not, there or not. Whether BSB is 0 or non-zero here.
Non-zero.
Non-zero, because here body NMOS means body is always connected to ground. VS is here, the output. So there will be VSP. So definitely body effect is there. So we need to include a body effect at the trans conductance current source. Right? So this is the final circuit. So now what you want to find? We need to find Vx divided by Ix. Okay, so first start from here. So what is, we can apply KVL here. So minus Vx minus V1 equal to 0. So from this I can write Vx equal to minus V1. So that is this thing. Or simply V1 equal to, okay, so instead of writing here, I can write V1 equal to minus Vx. Okay, so that is this thing. Similarly, body to source. Okay, so VBS. Right, so let me write here VBS. Okay, so what is body voltage? 0. Right, so what is source voltage? Vx. So VBS equal to minus Vx. So what you found? VBS equal to minus Vx. Okay, so now I know V1, I know VBS. So how can I replace this circuit? Use GM V1 will become GM in terms of Vx and into. So minus GM into Vx. Okay, so should not give any confusion here. So minus GM into Vx. What about this thing? VBS equal to minus GMV into Vx. Fine. So I know the thing. So how can I replace this thing? Now current going from top to down, negative thing. So you put bottom to top, it will become positive. So I can replace the circuit like this. Okay, so let me erase this thing. So GM Vx or not. What about this thing? GMB Vx current is upward. Because upwards means it will become positive. GMB Vx. So here top one is AC grounded. Okay, so here we are applying Vx, find Ix. Is it clear? Any doubts here? Other people are listening. Fine. Any doubts here?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now we want to find, we will apply the nodal analysis here. Okay, so what is nodal analysis? Current entering equal to current leaving. So what is the current entering? Ix. Then current leaving. What are the current leaving here? Okay, so let I'll put a different color. So what are the current leaving? This current, this current, this current. Okay, so what is the first current? GMVX plus GMBVX. So GMVX plus GMBVX plus what is this node voltage? Vx. So Vx divided by R0. Top one is AC grounded. So Vx divided by R0 is equal to, this is current leaving equal to current entering Ix. So now you can see GMB I can combine. Right? So from finally I can get Vx divided by X 1 by GM plus GMB plus R0 inverse. So this thing I can write 1 by GM plus GMB inverse plus R0 inverse. Right? So this is R1 inverse, R2 inverse. I can write 1 by GM plus GMB parallel with R0. Okay, so if R0 is much higher than 1 by GM plus GMB, I can write, okay, so Vx by Ix equal to 1 by GM plus GMB. Fine. So what I observe here, this is also same as the previous 1 by GM, but in previous case there is no body effect. We assume there is no body effect, but here we assume the body effect. So include that body effect. And what is the corresponding term for body effect? GMB. So GM will come GM plus GMB. It will be small only. Okay, ideally the GM is much higher than GMB. Okay, it is also, you can approximate 1 by GM. 1 by GM with some body effect included. Okay, so what do you understand now? Let's take diode connected device. Any diode can contain. So let me take NMOS. Okay, I put PMOS. Gate and drain connected. Right. So drain source. So what is the impedance looking from here? Anyone can say what is the impedance looking from here? 1 by
GM.
Okay. So what is the impedance looking from the source terminal?
1 by GM.
1 by GM with some body effect. You can approximate 1 by GM. No problem. So you can see in gate and drain connected, wherever you are looking, the impedance is 1 by GM. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's take diode. Okay. So let diode. Just now I explained. Diode. What is the impedance looking from here? RD. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
What is the impedance looking from here?
RD.
RD. So diode, two terminals are there. Okay. If you look on the positive terminal, impedance is RD. If you look on the negative terminal, also impedance RD. Similarly, when you take gate and drain, looking from the drain terminal, impedance is 1 by GM. Looking from the source terminal, also the impedance is 1 by GM. That means the behavior, small signal behavior is similar to the diode. Fine. So that's what this gate and drain is called as diode connected device. Is it clear? Fine. So that we verified. So looking from the any terminal, the small signal impedance is same. What is that impedance? 1 by GM. Okay. So same behavior as diode. So now, previously find the impedance looking into the source. Okay, we assumed the impedance looking in the source, but gate and drain we assume shorter. Okay, practically looking in the source, the gate and instead of gate and drain we can take any topology. Okay, let apply here load. We can take any resistance. If we neglect channel length modulation of this transistor, so we can prove looking into the source, the impedance is same as 1 by GM. Such that channel modulation not there. That means no CLM. CLM means no channel length modulation. If there is no channel length modulation effect, the impedance looking into the source, whatever may be the load, whatever may be the gate connection, impedance looking into the source is always 1 by GM. So what is this thing? Impedance looking into the source is always 1 by GM. Fine. Such that channel length modulation is not there. Okay. If channel length modulation is there, lambda is not equal to 0. That means CLM exists. Okay. The corresponding RX is okay. I will derive this equation when you discuss about the common gate amplifier. Okay. So, but I am saying it will become 1 by ZL. Okay. Let's take some R0 here. So we can put some R0 here. So this is a drain terminal. Okay, so 1 by ZL by R0 into 1 by GM parallel with R0. Okay, so you know 1 by GM is very, very small. So I can approximate it 1 by ZL by R0. Okay, so I, not this R0, I'm sorry, small R0. Small R, channel modulation resistance. 1 by ZL by R0 into 1 by GM. Okay, so if ZL very, very less than R0. Okay, so Rx I can approximate because it will become smaller to 1 by GM. Fine. So practically, if load resistance is very, very lesser than the channel length modulation resistance, still the resistance is 1 by GM. If ZL become higher, the expression will be different. Fine. So what do you understand here? Looking from the source terminal, the impedance is always 1 by GM such that the load resistance is smaller than the channel length modulation resistance. Practically, the load resistance will be smaller only. So we can always assume the impedance looking into the source is 1 by Gm. Right. So any doubts here? Is it fine? Okay. So what do you find now? The gate and drain MOSFET can behave as a diode. Why? Because looking from the any terminal, either from the input gate terminal or drain terminal or source terminal, the impedance is always same 1 by Gm. Neglect the body effect. Let's assume the body effect GMB is very smaller. Variation is not that much significant. So with this understanding, now we'll go to the common source amplifier with diode connected load. First we'll take NMOS. So NMOS diode connected load. Okay, so now I want to replace with the small signal. So what is the equivalent resistance here? What is the equivalent resistance here? Looking to
1
the
by
source terminal.
GM plus 1 by GMB.
1 by GM2. Okay, the transistor is 2. So GMB2. Okay, so what is studied in common source amplifier? Minus, okay, neglect body effect. Okay, so what will come? Minus GM into, where I put it? Yeah, minus GM into RD. Okay, you can see
Minus GM
GM into RD.
1 by
So simply
GM2.
replace RD by 1 by GM2 plus GMB2. So what is GMB2? Eta into GM. So we discussed in that small signal thing, right? So GMB2 by GMB, it some smaller term. Okay, so okay, GMB2 by GM2 is some eta. Okay, eta is less than 1. So GMB2 equal to eta GM2. So let's substitute here. Take the GM2 outside. So GM1 by GM2 into 1 by 1 plus eta. Eta is lesser than 1. So it is equal to GMB2 by GM2. Okay, so you know the GM expression. So what is the GM expression?
Kn dash
Root of
VGS minus
2 ID. Okay, I will write in terms of current because same current is flowing. Yes, same current is flowing both load
Yes.
and so root of 2 ID mu n Cox W by L. Okay, let's take GM1. So W by L 1. Similarly, what is GM2 of transistor M2? Same current. Right, so root of 2 ID. Same NMOS. Okay, same mobility Cox W by L 2. So from this I can write GM1 divided by GM2 equal to, okay, so root of W by L1 divided by W by L. Is it clear? Okay, so I can express GM1 GM by root of W by L1 by W by L2 into 1 plus theta. Okay, so now you can see the ratio is only dependent on the transistor sizing. You know, we will not vary transistor sizing much because we will fix the overhead. Right, so it is a very weak function, and even though it is become a root only, so now it is a very weak function. Okay, now we can see the gain is eta is also constant, so gain is almost linear. Very weak function of the transistor that device parameter. Right, so gain is almost constant. Okay, so that's what relatively input output characteristic. That means gain is relatively constant. There is no significant variation. Okay, so now we analyze the transistor with NMOS diode connector. Okay, so same thing. Now we will go to the large signal analysis. Okay, this thing we derived from the small signal perspective, small signal resistance. Now we analyze with the large signal perspective. That means we want to draw the large signal characteristics like this. Okay, so remember, we want to draw like this: P out versus V in transfer characteristics for a diode connected load. How the behavior might be. So before that thing, we want to write the large signal equation. You know, both transistors are in saturation. Let's start from here. Half mu n C of W by L1. VGS is V in minus VTH1 whole square. Okay, so please remember here VTH1 different, here VTH2 different because here body effect is there. Okay, you can see VSB is different. Here both are shorted. So here VSB is 0. So different threshold voltage. Here different threshold voltage. Both threshold voltages are different because the top NMOS M2 is depends on the VSB. Fine. That's what separate VTS there. Okay. So what is the expression for M2 transistor? It is also in saturation. Okay. So of nu n C R W by L2. What is VGS? VDD minus Vout. So that is VGS2. So VDD minus Vout minus VTS2 whole square. Okay. So we can cancel off nu n C R of nu n C X. Fine. Then take the root. Fine. So you will get this expression. So from this expression, okay, if the VTS2, okay, it is a weak function of, okay, so it is a function of VSB. Okay, so once a root comes, it is a weak function. Okay, so if it is a VTS2 variation, very weak function of VTS, okay, so then we can say, well, the gain is relatively linear. That means gain is relatively constant. Input output behavior is relatively linear. Linear means what? Slope will be constant. Such that VTS2 varies with VSB. So what is VSB here? Vout. What is VSB? Okay, so VSB is source voltage is, what is body voltage? Ground. So VSB equal to Vout. Fine. Is it fine? Any doubts here? Okay. Okay, so with this understanding, now we will try to learn the large signal plot of the diode connected load. So before going into it, okay, let assume the current. Okay, this is NMOS transistor input. Fine. So let's assume initially some current is there. Now current is switched off. That means it will become off condition. When it become off condition, ideally we expect this output should be VDD. But practically, when the transistor current will become zero, so when the current will become zero, so this M2 will come to the edge of the triode. So what is the edge of the triode or edge of the cutoff? Edge of the cutoff, not triode, edge of the transistor cutoff. So what is the condition? VGS2 equal to VTH2. Fine. So after VGS2 become VTH2, that means when current become low. Fine. So when you increase the thing, okay, so it won't come to VDD because when VGS2 equal to VTS2, so what is the voltage? Okay, VDD, so this voltage is VDD. Okay, so what is Vout? VDD minus VTS2. VDD minus VGS2, so VDD minus VTS2. So after that, okay, when you increase the input voltage, current is decreasing, but due to the capacity effect, it won't quickly charge to VDD. It will take more time. Fine. So practically it won't reach the VDD. So we can approximate when device in off condition, we can approximate output approximately equal to VDD minus VTS2. Because there is slow due to the parasitic capacitance. Fine. So it won't quickly. So here you can see it is quickly going here. So it is taking more time here. Okay. So we can approximate VOT equal to VDD minus VTS2 at off condition. Is it clear? So in high frequency circuit, VOT remains VDD minus VTS2. When I1 falls to low value, that means current, it will become cut off. Is it understandable? Any doubts here? Okay, fine. So I will finish up to diode connected. So current source load and all I will discuss in next class.
Sir, can you explain that again?
Where? Here.
This one, sir. Yes.
Okay. So let me rub it. Fine. So when I1 become 0, that means Vin is very low value. Right? So you remember Vin is low value in a common source amplifier. We assume output voltage is VDD because there is no current. So the VDD will come here. When you take diode connector, right? So when current will become low, so when the current will become low, this VGS2, the VGS2 of M2 transistor, first it will come to the threshold voltage, then increasing the thing, VGS2 will decrease. Then only current will become low. Fine. So at the edge of that on condition or off condition, So what is the H? This is the H. VGS equal to VTH. After that, VGS will decrease. Okay, so this is the H. So at the H, current will become low. Okay, low, not low means not exactly low. It will become near to the low value, near to the zero value. So beyond that, if you increasing the V in, okay, so current also will become low. But what happened? It should not reach. It should reach VDD. Right? It should reach VDD. But how the VDD will come? Due to capacitor charging and discharging. Right? You can see capacitor charging, discharging only the voltage will happen. Okay, due to this parasitic capacitance, okay, it will not quickly charge to VDD. At VGS that at V, okay, so at VGS lesser than VTH, right? At VGS lesser than VTH, okay, so it should reach VDD. Okay, due to parasitic capacitance, it will take more time to reach VDD. Fine. So ideally, practically we can assume, once it is taking more time, we can approximate Vout equal to VDD minus VTH. It will never reach VDD, like in a resistive load, because in resistive load there is no condition for the that that VGS less than VTH, because it is a practically passive resistor. Fine. RD value also very small. Fine. So time constant is very small. You can quickly reach the VDD. But here time constant is very high. Is it fine now?
Yes, sir.
No response.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Okay, so I'll finish within a few minutes. Okay, so now I want to understand the large signal behavior. Okay, so now V in less than VTH. So just now we understand Vout will never reach VDD. We can approximate equal to VDD minus VTH. So VDD minus VTH. So M1, this condition for off. Fine. Then the curve will be same as the common source amplifier resistive load. Okay, here saturation. A means edge of the triode. So what is edge of the triode? VGD 1 equal to VTH 1. Fine. So VGD you can take. So what is VGD 1 here? What is getting? V in. What is gain? V out is equal to VTH 1. Or simply in terms of input, V in equal to V out plus VTH 1. So that is the condition here. When V in exceeds this thing, the gate to gain voltage will become greater than a threshold voltage. It will become triode here. Same behavior as common source amplifier. Only difference is common source amplifier, when it is off, okay, we will get VDD, but here VDD minus VTH. Fine. So now I will ask one question. You can see this is inverter characteristics. So which one I can use as a for inverter, for digital perspective, which one is better here, this thing or this thing? You study CMOS inverter, no?
With M1 and
Resistive.
M2.
Okay. So which one you
Because
use? Common source amplifier with the resistive load or diode connector load? NMOS diode connector.
Resistive
Which
load.
one is much better for digital perspective?
Resistive load.
Why?
Sir, because it gives the full swing voltage.
Yeah. Because digital we are always interested in logic 1 and logic 0. Right? So if VDD minus VTH load, how will you reconvert to VDD? How can you reconvert the level, restore the level? How can I restore this level? I want VDD.
We have to use a threshold comparator.
No. Output is like this. Right? Okay, so let's take in output is 0 to VDD minus VTH2. I want to convert to restore to VDD. How can I do it? Yes. Let's apply this two inverters. What will be the output now? This VDD. So you studied about noise margin and all. What is in by noise margin? Noise margin low, noise margin high. You studied digital, no? whatever the inputs here, it will convert to the 0. Fine. So this VDD minus VDD2, it will convert to the near 0 level. Fine. It will again will convert to the VDD. Is it understandable?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So that's what inverter is here. It will convert the level to the logic 1, logic 0. Such that VDD minus it should be available in this noise margin thing. That's what noise margin is very, very important in digital. Whatever this thing, it will convert the value. Okay, so you can see up to this input, it will convert near to the VDD. So where I stop. Okay, so the last thing. So now we discuss about last signal characteristics of NMOS with diode connected NMOS load. Diode connected NMOS load. Now we'll take diode connected PMOS load. So what is the impedance now? 1 by GM2. Am I right? People are not responding.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
what
sir.
is the thing? So minus GM1 divided by GM2. Fine. So what is the difference now? Both devices are opposite. Okay. Previously we have cancelled the mu n. Okay. Remember mu n. Now instead of mu n, mu p will come. Okay. So mu p by mu n. Root of mu p by mu n by mu p. So let me write it. I don't have space here. Okay. Let me write 2 id mu n Cox W by L 1 divided by 2 id mu p Cox W by L 2. Okay, so id getting cancelled. So mu n mu p, what? W by L W by L 2. Right? So you know that mu n is greater than mu p. So mu n is 2 times of mu p because electron mobility greater than whole mobility, but more than 2. I can approximate 2. Right? So we can get more gain comparing to the NMOS diode connected load. Using PMOS diode connected load, we can get more gain because less mobility of holes. Right. So even though we can get more gain, so there is the swing is limited. Okay, so now I can write GM in a different perspective. Mu n Cox W by L VGS1 minus VTH1. Okay, so what is GM2? Mu n Cox. Okay, so I want to take same current. Okay, so I'll take different expression. So 2 id divided by VGS1 minus VTH1 because we can see same current. So 2 id divided by VGS2 minus VTH2. Assume it is positive. Okay, then I can write GM1 by GM2 as this thing. Fine. So you know, if you want more gain, you want to increase VGS minus VTH. If you increase VGS minus VTH, swing will be limited. Okay, if you want more gain, okay, swing will be limited. That's a disadvantage here. So that thing I want to use. This limits the voltage swings. Okay, so that's the thing. So tomorrow I will discuss about current source law. I plan to finish today, but here a lot of information there. So any doubts here? So let me
No, sir.
take attendance.